Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Today I'm bringing you something really extra special. This is the legendary Alpinist, or the SARB017. Now I'll do a quick wrist shot for you. Not really necessary as we're going to do a full review, but I just thought you'd see it on. And in honor of this piece, I'm wearing probably my only green shirt. This is a Brooks Brothers wool sweatshirt. It is indeed getting a little bit chilly now, so I thought I'd bring it out in honor of this piece. And I've matched it with the Venezia distressed Collareb luxury handmade Italian strap. Maybe a little bit green overkill today, but I thought it's just such an amazing watch. So let's get into this review. Okay, welcome back guys. This watch has been recommended to me by several viewers, and it had to be done. And unfortunately last time I tried to get a hold of one, they sold out. Long Island watches have just got a couple in, and they're gonna sell out fast. Probably by the time I've even uploaded this review, they'll probably sell out. There's such a demand for them. Now it begs the question why, and there's a whole host of reasons. This watch packs a lot in its punch. I mean, for a small watch for under $400, you're getting just unbelievable quality. Some really nifty little features that we're going to go into in a bit more detail in just a moment. Those of you who've been following the show would have seen the success of my beloved SARB033 and how this little domestic model from Japan has just destroyed all its competition in that price range. But the only possible contender really to its reign as the undisputed champion at that price range is possibly another SARB. So before we duel these two, which I think is inevitable, it's going to happen, I think it's fair to do an individual review. So without further ado, let's have a closer look at the Alpinist itself. And here we are having a closer look at the Alpinist. This of course is the SARB017, and this was specifically designed for mountaineering in mind. What is called Yamao Toko in Japan, which is basically means a mountain man. What was required was a compass, so the mountaineer wouldn't have to rely on a magnetic compass. And what is really cool, if we just have a quick look at the band it comes on, and by the way it comes on this rather nice leather crocodile grain patterned leather strap. There's actually a little label which indicates a basic instruction on how to use the compass, which is really cool. Now of course this is all in Japanese, and this is for a specific reason. If those of you who are not familiar with the SARB line, the SARB, and here we are, and here we have the price in yen, is a domestic release and was intended for the Japanese market only. And just like all the SARBs that I've reviewed on the channel, it really begs the question, why are the domestic releases better than the international releases? And once again, this SARB just underlines that, in fact even more so. If I quickly show you the SARB033, this is really the principal example of the SARB line. It's just unbelievable quality, craftsmanship, reliability for the money. And the Alpinist again is even more so. I mean, it packs in even more for its punch. Now of course the first thing you'll notice is this stunning green dial, which has a kind of sunburst effect. It's not I wouldn't say it's a sunburst, but it does have that kind of gloss effect when you move it in the light, which is absolutely stunning. Really beautiful dial. So let's just get the dimensions out of the way first. We have a diameter of, I measure it at 39 millimeters. The specifications on the website say 38, but it really is a 39. We have a thickness of 12 millimeters. Lug to lug we're looking at about 47, and then the lug width is 20, so 20 millimeters there, which is perfect because to me this is the absolute ideal size for a watch. This is just my personal preference. It's just great because you can dress this particular piece up. It is very dressy and the size kind of reflects that, and it's common in all the SARB. So there are bigger SARBs if you want to go 40 or even bigger, but predominantly they are around about this kind of size. First thing you'll notice is compared to there is less work done on the case compared to the SARB033. The sides we don't have as many beveled edges. It's just high polish on the side and matted on the top. Beautiful high polished bezel, of course, and then we have a signed crown. Now this is a screw down crown, which the SARB033 doesn't have, and its water resistance is an impressive 200 meters. So you're getting the water resistance of a diver. So, and then if we just pull that out, I'll just move the hands for you just to get a better. Which is really cool because you can actually take the swimming, you can take it underwater, it will handle it absolutely fine. We have manual wind, of course. It's windable and it's hackable as well. Now what is most interesting about this is there's an extra crown at the 4 o'clock, and this operates the compass, which I'll just show you right now. The action to it is very smooth. Really beautifully done. If we go in real close, you'll just make out, sorry about the glare, it's very bright in here today, but you'll just make out at the top is a little north in red, and the dial really is the best feature of this watch. So we have the little indices going around in this kind of retro vintage styling, and they're done in gold, so they're gilt indices. The date at 3 o'clock is also framed, a little gold outline there, and then we have gilt hands as well to match the applied indices. They're a mix of kind of syringe style and partly skeletonized. If I just bring in the pencil here, you see at this end of the hand they're skeletonized, and then we have beautiful applied loom on the end of the hands. Very kind of retro. The styling definitely kind of references the 30s, 40s, that kind of style. There's definitely that kind of old school style, but it's very modern and bang up to date with this impressive movement that we'll just get into in just a second. So if I turn the watch over, of course we have a screw down case back. Now you'll notice there's no display. On the case back like on my SARB033. So it's a shame because you can't see the movement, and some of you will prefer that, but actually the movement is probably where this watch outshines its brothers and sisters in the SARB line. It features a deer shock absorber, which is built into the balance wheel, and you don't typically see that in lower end Seikos. In fact, it's very difficult to find a Seiko under a couple of grand with that technology in it, which is usually in Seiko's premium watches. And it just goes to show just how much you really get in this watch. It offers a hell of a lot for the under $400. In fact, I think this is selling at about $330, $350, I think, on Long Island watches, and like I said, they're going to sell out of these quick because there's such a high demand. You rarely get to buy these outside of Japan. You'd have to import them directly, and of course they've become a bit of a cult, especially this Alpinist, and I've been waiting ages to get my hands on one, and finally I have. So, you know, we're getting, the movement is the 6R15, of course, but this is the higher grade version. It's been upgraded, and like I said, you know, you don't really see this kind of technology deployed in these lower end models, and I don't even want to refer to it as a lower end model. This is really, if this had been priced at 1,000 to 2,000, I wouldn't be surprised. It really, you get amazing bang for your buck. The quality is phenomenal. I mean, just look at the polishing on the case. If we compare just quickly to the SARB033, it isn't as intricate with the layers, but this is more of a kind of this is more of a tool watch rather than a dress watch, even though, as you can see, it really looks very dressy on this strap. Now, of course, I've put it on the Collareb. This is the Collareb Venezia, just to give it even more oomph. Personally, I'm kind of in a bit of a split decision over the green. Green is not my favorite color. Had this been blue, I undoubtedly would have been keeping it. But green is a very particular color. You either love it or loathe it. But I gotta say, it's absolutely gorgeous the way it plays with the light. Anyway, let's just quickly look at a quick loom shot, because this is of course a Seiko, and it has the famous Seiko loom. And before we do that, I'll just show you where the loom pips are. As you see, they're very, very small. They're going around the outer scale, just before the inner bezel with the compass. They are these little dots here. And they're for tiny little loom markers. They really do an amazing job. So let's switch now to a loom shot. Okay guys, here we are having a look at the loom shot, and as you can see, really impressive loom. That famous Seiko loom, considering they're such small little pips, they really do a good job. My only critique is, of course, as you notice, it's difficult to tell which one is the 12 o'clock position. If I'm to turn the camera around, you won't be able to tell, but I can, because I know what time it is. It's just coming up to, it's about 24 past 1. You can tell, you can make out that the top one on the top of the screen is the 12 o'clock. The SARB033 has a double pip at the top, and doesn't have a pip at the 3 o'clock where the date is, whereas this one does, so it's a bit difficult to tell. My only critique, however, the loom is amazing. Look at the thick spread on that kind of almost Mercedes hour hand, I guess, and the syringe style minute hand. Definitely very easy to tell which is which. So overall, the loom is absolutely excellent, despite not being able to tell where the 12 o'clock position is. But generally, it's what's to be expected from Seiko. Just unbelievable, bright, consistent, and easily chargeable loom. Okay, let's take it back to the studio. Okay, and welcome back. So as you can see, impressive loom. The last thing to mention, of course, this is sapphire glass, completely scratch resistant, and it just completes the watch, because, you know, again, at this kind of price range, you would be expecting hardlex, which is perfectly fine, but not as indestructible as not as scratch resistant. Now, as you can see, right at the bottom, we have, if this thing will ever zoom, automatic, DS shock, 23 joules and 20 bar. Japan signed at the bottom. Sorry about the dust there. The date wheel is of course in negative, in black with white lettering, which I just think completes it. And I think if you are able to get a hold of one, if you're lucky enough to get a hold of one, I would put money on this probably going up in value as they get more scarce. It's just an amazing piece. Oh, and of course, this being the 6R15, the upgraded version, you're getting 50 hours power reserve. And like I said with my SARB033, I've got 52, almost 54 hours of power reserve. So really incredible movement. It's not the most highest beat movement, as you can probably see in the little seconds hand there. It's quite smooth, but that just goes to help its reliability, because it's not as fast. You got increased power reserve, and it will tend to be a lot more reliable because it's less wear on the actual movement. So again, it is an incredibly robust movement. In terms of accuracy, this particular one is running far more. I mean, I've changed the time now, but it's running even better than the Seiko 033. Now, I don't know if that's because of the upgraded movement, or it's just the way this particular one has been regulated. Definitely beating some of my Swiss pieces that cost twice as much. So again, really impressive performance, and overall just an amazing watch. Anyway guys, let's take it back to the studio. Okay, welcome back guys. Now unfortunately I've got the huge dilemma now of sending this little beauty back. I really don't want to, and I'm going to give it a few days. I'm of course going to try and duel it with the SARB017 and just see how it stacks up against one of my keepers of the collection. Really is one of the backbone of the kind of Japanese wing of my collection. So that's going to be really interesting. Please stay tuned for that. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it useful, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.